The state champion Summit Girls Rugby team faces an uncertain fall season, same as everyone else. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, two significant wildfires are burning west of Summit County today. The 111 fire near Glenwood Canyon has burned just 9 acres, but is within striking distance of Interstate 70, causing traffic backups westbound since Wednesday afternoon. It was sparked by humans. The Pine Gulch fire north of Grand Junction is the largest of summer so far in Colorado, scorching 12,600 acres on remote BLM land since last Friday following a lightning storm. It doubled in size from Tuesday to Thursday, then grew less than 1,000 acres yesterday. An investigation by Aspen Journalism studies the relationship between humans and Colorado black bears and shows things are getting worse almost every year. Journalist Elizabeth Severy.
It struck me that bear mortality first was an indicator of forest health, and second that throughout the state, really, bear mortality is extremely high compared to historical averages.
Severy found that bears are dying at rates up to 300 times higher than in the 80s, led by lost habitat and dwindling natural food sources.
When you see in town a mom bear with her 2 little cubs, you think like, oh, that's so cute, but it's also really an indicator of a major problem, that those cubs are being raised finding human food sources rather than natural food.
The best way to save bears?
We certainly can't do much to ensure that there are natural foods available and abundant in the forest, but what we can do is make sure that we as humans aren't providing easy access to food sources that bears really shouldn't be eating.
Evidence shows bears will return to the same trash cans in neighborhoods for 20 years if they know food is there. A Carbondale Sky Runner has finished 14 14ers in under 46 hours, almost breaking the record for a route known as Nolan's 14. This from the Post-Independent. 33-year-old Sean Van Horn went from Mount Shavano to Mount Massive in just under 2 days, covering 92 miles and 43,000 vertical feet, sleeping no more than a few minutes between peaks. He now owns the second fastest time on that route. High school football is delayed until February under CHSAA's COVID calendar. So what about the 12-time state champion Summit Rugby team, which is not a CHSAA sport? Head coach Karl Barth.
There won't be a season per se. What we're trying to figure out is something that's safe for the girls, that lets them still play in some form, probably non-contact.
In Utah, rugby will have a traditional fall season, but Barth must play by Colorado's health rules, and a spring rugby season is looking hopeful.
What keeps the kids safe, but gives them, obviously they want to play. Most high school kids, whether they play basketball or rugby or soccer, they'll go out and play.
The latest now on coronavirus and COVID childcare. A new national study shows low-income and Hispanic parents will likely struggle more than most when Summit Schools debuts a blended learning model with kids at home 1 to 3 days per week. This from the U.S. Chamber Foundation. 3 in 4 high-income earners are currently working from home, while 3 in 4 low-income earners are still expected to be on the job. A majority of those, 34%, are Hispanic. A survey from Summit Schools shows 37% of parents will need childcare this fall, and Breckenridge is trying to provide. The Breckenridge Mini Camp through Breck Rec Center continues when school starts, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily for ages 5 to 12. Summit County's resident caseload per 100,000 today is 48.4, up from yesterday, with a positive test rate of 2.7%, also up. Summit Medical Center is at 53% capacity, about 18 patients total, with 8 new inpatients this week, and no COVID admissions since July 26th. In sports, the Rockies beat the Giants yesterday 6-4. The Nuggets lost to the Trailblazers 125-115. Today, the Rockies open a weekend series with the Mariners at 7:40. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, tomorrow on the Frisco Peninsula is Summit County's first traditional wave start race since shutdown, when Run the Rockies Trail 10K and Half Marathon returns. Expect runners on course from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. There is no day of registration this year. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News.